Okay, hold on. All right, it still stayed on. It still stayed on. It still stayed on. Lauryn Olivia Mattox, if this is you, I never know, darling. I never know if this is you. I never know. I never know. However, what I'm doing is I'm making this video as though it is Lauryn Olivia, but I never know because so many people have been lying. And what I said, honey, is I have had so many people come to me literally and say that, one, you're dead. I'm like, how did you know? And there's no explanation. I've had so many people come to me and say, your daughter's in California and I've seen her, and I saw that the pictures from your aunt in Milan, and I'm like, oh, Lauren's so cute. And I remember the photo that I tagged you to yesterday. I believe that's the first one that I got. It's when you turned 8. 8. That's one of the good numbers. And I'll tell you why in a little later, but let me write it down so I don't forget. But the thing is, sweetheart, that's when I first got a photo from you, because all that I ever wanted was a photo. And I tried calling your mother I can't tell you how many times I called your mother, from you being 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I remember telling my father, I was like, he would always ask about you. He's like, well, Shamian, where's Lauren? This and that. He's like, well, should you want me to take grandparent rights and take her? I'm like, what makes you think I don't want my daughter? Huh? So I was a little upset at your grandpa about that, but he said, well, let me call Annette. Give me Annette's number. So when he called, magically, after all those years, I called almost once a month or 2 times a month. Your papa, he magically got a hold to your mother. So even with that conversation, that's when I got that photo, which was from 8, and all I wanted to see was what does little Lauren look like, and your grandma, she would always call me Little Shimeon. She's like, hi, where's Little Shimeon? And and for me, I'm like, well, what does little Lauren look like, and what's her personality like? And all I can really do is just think of like the fantasies in my mind of what I could think of, and to that degree, sweetheart, like, that little intro as far as me dancing, that's kind of like what I would do for you, I feel like that my vision is us being in car service, and us just going wild and making up lyrics, and or me even driving, and and you sitting in the back seat in the car seat, and you're like, "Daddy, play that again," and we would make up little like our own code words, like play that little Nini song or whatever, it's just it's crazy, but that's what you do, kind of. It sounds kind of crazy when you don't necessarily have all you can do is really fantasize. But the one big thing that I'm good at is having an imagination. And I think that's where adults don't have, and that's why I'm kind of childlike and almost like very crazy, because I have an imagination. So when I told you when I was weird, I'm really weird. And I'm weird times like I'm like weird, I'm weird. And I love that you said that weird is good, but if that was you, and who I was talking to, you said that you like Converse. I thought that was the cutest thing. One of the best things is that your first birthday was at your Auntie Tanya's house, and that's another photo. That's the second photo I got of you. I was like, well, where's my daughter at? And it's still like I would lay in bed because I don't know if you know what happened to me, but we'll talk more in person. As you can see, this is why I don't really want it to make, and this is why I actually I delayed the video because I have to see how long I want to deal with this. You know what I mean? So, and that's not much that I want to deal with it, but I'm sure you probably even go through the same thing because I started to realize certain things and certain things started to get revealed to me. And, it's unfortunate where things have gotten, but if this is you, God did make a promise to me. He made a covenant. And I don't know if you know what a covenant is, but a covenant from the creator of our universe is something that can never be, it's not a lie, it's not a lie. And there was something that was told to me about you, and it was stated that I will have you, but nothing about me will be the same. And I think when I did have you, Lauren, I can honestly say, yeah, I was a stud. Would I think I was a stud? Yeah, I was a stud. But, also I was a rock star. And two, I was not the most, what's the word? Not the most... I loved you so much, but I don't think that I was the most, what's the word? Like, for instance, a day that I didn't have you, because you were like two people, like three people. I'm like, how do you do it? But I loved having you. Like, you touched my face like this one day when you're drinking your milk one day. And you drank Similac because you didn't like you were lactose intolerant. And I was like, why couldn't she have the cheap one from Target? I'm like, $25 for Similac? Like, oh, but I love that. And two, that's what I love for you was Target. I love dressing you up in Target and things of that nature. But, and to that degree, I just think that it's so amazing. And that a connection as far as me doing it in the air, because I don't know, and to do that at the unknown, you have to protect your feelings, and as you see again, you have to protect your heart, and for me, I protect you. So I'll keep some things that I want to be exposed by verbally, but I gotta be wise. So just know that when I see you, if I see you in the flesh, but in the spirit, I'll see you forever, and no one can tear us apart. But what I want to say is that we are going to have the best time, and I wanted to, more so just hear more like what you're like what do you do? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite, what's your favorite show? I know as a child, I bought a backpack just in your honor. Like, you used to love Dora Explorer, and before I would take you to Bonnie's and or your daycare, which is on Bell, and then, we would watch Dora Explorer, and I'd be like, honey, I would make you breakfast. I don't even cook for myself. And I haven't since. Maybe once or twice, I kid you not. I made eggs, and I had cooked you eggs, and I gave you also some grapes, and I remember giving it to you, and you were eating the grapes, and I make fun of my sister and I, Kamima, Auntie Mima. She got the grapes, and we not make fun of because I chew the same way, and she goes, you and Lauren chew the same, and it's like this. I can't even do it right now. Like, and it was the cutest things because your cheeks, and I would do your hair, and I put them in the infamous pigtails, and to that degree, I think it was so amazing, sweetheart, that that I'd be like, you want to watch Dora? You're like, and Diego, I would always forget that character, that little monkey. I would always forget, but you made sure that I never forgot that monkey. So I thought it was so amazing that you would not let me forget that monkey. And not only that, I would always say, and I have to ask that you forgive me for this, sweetheart, because as you see, I'm so animated. And I heard that you were talking to Soraya, because Soraya told me at a birthday party, I have to say, and that's what I'm saying. So, I'm like, well, how does all my family know about, Lauren? And, how does all my family know about, getting in contact with Annette? Because I heard that your mother was making, or my sister, oh yeah, your mother was making Oreo cakes for Milan's birthday, every birthday. And I kind of got really angry at my family because I'm like, well, how are they talking to you? And I don't know. Why wouldn't they come to me and say, hey, Shimmy, and we're talking to Annette? So when things are a secret, sweetheart, and you keep things a secret, it's not honest to me. You know what I'm saying? So when you're not honest, you can't necessarily walk in integrity. And I'm not saying anything about them. It's just, wouldn't that be a good thing? You want to let people know. Anyways, and to that degree, I went to a party with your auntie, Soraya. And Soraya was like, I talk to Lauren every day. I was like, what? I didn't really even say it. I didn't even entertain it. I wanted to. My heart wanted to. You see what I'm saying? So, but that could have only made me angry at my twin brother. Why wouldn't you tell me that you and your daughter, are talking? Isn't that a glorious thing? Right? So I just thought, sweetheart, that, I can't believe everything I hear. So when I don't want to contact you or things like that immediately, it's because I honestly have to pray for it. I have to get myself ready for it because I know that I could be talking to just the mirror universe. But in the mirror sense, I could also be talking to also Lauryn Olivia. So with me, I'm a person, it's not, I always put the possibility there. You never put a stamp on it just yet. But what I do, sweetheart, is when I see you in person, like you said, your mommy's wanting to meet soon. I saw your mom at the Biltmore. I would say in January, but she didn't want to talk to me. But I don't want to say anything about your mother. And in fact, I love your mother. And in fact, she's really my first love. She's my first love. She's my first love. And I'm happy about that. But I want you to know, sweetheart, this has nothing to do with you. And I'm saddened that, things were as far as not contact, with each other. But the good thing is, if this is you, I talked to Keisha Coles. I don't know if you know, do you like Ratchet TV? I hope not. I hope you don't like Ratchet TV. But I should stop calling it Ratchet TV, but I should say Urban TV, like VH1 and stuff like that. I'm sure your mom wouldn't let you watch that. But the thing is, I talked to Keisha Cole's father one day, who gave me a sense of hope. He says, I just met my daughter, and my friend in New York is a stylist for her. And I used to watch the Keisha Cole show on BET when I did like BET. I don't really even like BET like that. And I just happened to come upon this actual episode. And she was wanting to meet her dad so bad. She didn't know where her dad was, and she did so much research about it. And she finally ran into her dad. Or she ran into her dad, but she wanted to make sure that was her dad, because it didn't look like her. So she got like a blood test done, and they got a blood test done. You see, I love children. That's why I told you. Remember, I told you I stopped for kids and like tell them bye. But and it ended up being her father. And then I only saw him again here in Arizona on public transportation. But it was in the Biltmore, so whatever. I don't know, but he was also a driver. So, but the thing, I'm putting his business out. But anyways, you know what? The moral of this, sweetheart, is that it doesn't matter how old you. Keisha Coles is like 30, 40 years old, and her daddy's like 50 years old. So the time is never too late for me to be a father, and it's never too late. You're always going to be my daughter no matter what, in this lifetime, even in the next lifetime. And that's why I have to cover your spirit and your soul every single day. So it's not just for you, sweetheart, but it's for, and when I say this, understand what I'm saying. I love Jesus Christ before I love you. And the reason why I love Jesus Christ before you is because that's what covers our household, so that you and me can be in heaven forever. And that's why, and until that degree, that's what I do. But if you don't honor him, that's okay, sweetheart, because you know what? We all have a choice, but I know where you're going, because my mother, your grandmother, who passed away when I was 4, this many, and that's when you actually left. You were 4 too. When I left you, you were 4. 44. And you know what we are? We are angels. And that's what we are. And that's why I know you could be seeing something the same way I can too, but you're an angel, sweetheart. And I don't know what you're going through, but I have to make sure that if you're here walking on this planet, I have to make sure that you're safe. But me and my household, we are going to serve the Lord. And I know that you see a lot of powers and things of that nature if you are walking on this planet. And I just want you to make the best decision. Daddy's fun. And I was always thinking, this is what I always say, Daddy's really fun, and he can get wild, and he's crazy. I guess that's why there's some sunflowers out there. They're wild flowers, because not only are they flowers, they're bright, and they're also wild, because they grow like anywhere, really, kind of like a weed, but they're beautiful because it's unique. So I just say that, to make the best decision, in your life, to make the best decisions in your life, if it is you, because, again, I always visualize myself like me being the cool parent, but you telling all your friends, my daddy's really cool, but you know what? He will definitely tell you if you like. He's also very, and I just want to make sure that that I'm very cool, but and also very unconventional. And that word means you're not like, I'm not like, you will never see me in a suit, sweetheart. You will never see me in flip flops. You will never see me, wearing cargo shorts like real men do here in Arizona, And what's real men? Real men are people who stand up for their faith, or who are stand up for what they believe in. So remember that. So that's what your daddy is, and I stand up for you, but I just make sure that I do it the right way. You see what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that they don't listen to that, sweetheart. I'm sorry you have to hear that. That's what I'm saying. That's what happens to crystals. But no, I want to make sure that that when we do meet, this will be a soft icebreaker, if you will. And I just want you to know that I love you so much, sweetheart, more than, and I could say life itself, but that's the only reason why I wouldn't kill myself, is because I have something to live for. And one is Jesus Christ, and two is you. Because if Jesus could die for us, the best that any human being could do is live for him. And that's why I want you to do that so bad, sweetheart. So anyways, I thank you for even listening to this. But you don't have to respond to it. Respond to it when you will, if it is you. And those who it's not, if this isn't you, hi, we already know the deal, don't we? But I love you so much, and take care, sweetheart. Love you.